Alright, so finally the episode we've all been waiting for, waiting to see Glenn and Glinda. They kept us waiting last week, so this week, did it live up to the, was it worth the wait? I think so. I did enjoy, of course, Glenn and Glinda, seeing them and an opportunity to fix how Seed was just not very good, and get more development on them. And I do like the whole murder mystery take on this episode. Like it's just kind of a just something different, that they tried out, and I think it was interesting and funny in some ways. It's definitely more crossed over into like full-on comedy, how Bride and Seed was for sure, and not really into like a nice middle ground, kind of like I think Cult and what was the other one? The one before Cult. Well, kind of like those. They were just a mix of comedy and
Cult was Curse.
Curse, yeah, kind of a good mix of comedy in that. But the only complaint I think I have about this is some of the comedy stuff in here for me though. With that said, felt like it went on a little too long, and just some of those scenes just weren't very funny. Maybe need to be cut shorter. It just felt like they were doing improv sometimes, but I'm still very happy with this show and getting all these characters from the old Chucky things and the new stuff kind of collided together, and
Mm-hmm.
I think overall I'm sitting about at a 8 out of 10 for it. What about you?
Yeah, same.
I'm glad we got her back for this review as well, because she's more knowledgeable on Seed, probably remembers it better than I do, and some things were a little bit confusing for me maybe. And then I figured you would have really liked the intro.
I was just going to hang up my coat.
A bunch of Chucky heads laughing in the TV, because she's always a big fan of the different intros. So, yeah, you can see the different Chucky movies and stuff. I like that. All the some of the older ones. So they think that their mom is the celebrity, right? And she's normal, And I like them getting the family reunion kind of, or it's for Glenn and Glinda's birthday, and Jennifer Tilly kind of bullshitting her way through these family interactions. I found pretty funny in some parts, like her sister, her real sister. By the way, you can't see her here, but her real sister comes in for the party. And doesn't this, by the way, look like a Grail character from Preacher? If anybody's seen Preacher, it looks like she belongs in the Grail. But yeah, you get Jennifer Tilly, the actual actresses. This is super meta, and that's why it gets a little bit like confusing, or you feel like you gotta explain a little bit more. But this is her real life sister, older or younger, I'm not sure. Hard to tell, because Jennifer Tilly has had a lot of work done. So yeah, and they are just interesting characters. They're like an interesting look at the transgender, just breaking it up, and because the doll never knew its identity and all of that, I find very interesting. And so they say they never really feel whole, but they're very close with each other. I found this guy really funny too, the bodyguard.
I know I've been a bit of a recluse as you
I thought he was funny.
Don't worry.
And I also like who was it, the guy from The Sopranos. He had some funny stuff in here as well.
Joey?
Joey. Because I like The Sopranos. Again, it goes super meta, and she even has a talk with her sister. This is where she's talking to her sister about like not knowing.
But thanks for reminding me when I lost to that bitch Diane West.
I wonder if that was like something actually between like the two of them, like that they actually can put in the show. I'm sure they have a lot of fun with some of the meta stuff that they can do here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Nika as well was a really strong point for the episode. I want to say probably my two favorite things was her performance. And then something at the end, I found the Chucky letting out his F-bombs at the end, just fucking hilarious. But we'll get to that when he lets out all those fuck. But again, some of these scenes, like the murder mystery things, and her kind of just going back and forth with these guys. I don't know if it's just that I'm not a fan of that actress. I mean, I like her character and everything, but in some parts it's like I just don't know what I'm supposed to think about her right now. Like, is she fucking on the verge of a breakdown? Is she crazy? Like, I don't know. Some scenes I'm just like, I don't know where they're going with this. But, so yeah, some nice redemption for Nika in this episode. And again, they had some cool stuff, like cool edits, like you can see here with the murder mystery type style and the different cuts between each scene. It was just a scene where I was like, I thought
it was funny. I was like, the people that are there are either family or that she slept with them. Like,
yeah, it is probably the celebrity like lifestyle too for a lot of them. So I find that funny.
She's got this new security system
with Glenn or Glenda, Glenn. And yeah, she asked her at one point, it was funny, she was like, which do you, or is my dad as crazy as my mom or something like that? And it's like, it's debatable, but yeah, they're both pretty fucked up. So yeah, some funny interactions with Nika. At one point they were like, when they find out that their mom's a lesbian, like, mom's a lesbian? She's like, mom's a murderer? What?
Yeah.
Mom's a murderer. Mom's a lesbian. She's not who you think she is.
Yeah. So that was great. And then also, so amazing is her performance as Chucky. Absolutely kills it. What was it here? Whenever she goes, she has one point where she just brings up the voice so well. She's like, "Fuck you, Glenda," and you know how Chucky can get that deepness to him, and it's just impressive to see her do that so well. She absolutely kills it. And yeah, again, they need to do something with her where she's the new Chucky after her dad can't do it anymore. And so yeah, much needed point, I think, for her to escape, even though it's even just super sad watching her escape. And
yeah, watch her fucking wheel out the damn driveway, bro. It is intense as fuck.
Yeah. I wonder where they got these arms too, I was thinking. It's just a point where I guess you gotta overlook some things.
You first.
She says the shit out of that. And then, I have been saying it, that Kyle is still alive, and yes, we do see Kyle. Is somehow Nika got in touch with Kyle, I guess, and contacted Kyle. I don't know how she knew her. But she did know Andy, I think, and tried to get in touch with Andy. Nika did, and she met up with Andy at the end of Curse, right? Or at the end of Cult. They didn't meet up. So it's going to be interesting having this good team. And yeah, I guess have one twin on the good side and then another one on the bad side for the last. Like I said, I think we're going to have like a war set up. Some bad characters on this side, some good ones on that side. And I think even like the good Chucky's probably still alive and still on the good side. And you
have one singular good Chucky. It's funny.
Yeah, you could have a good Tiffany and a good Chucky.
You want to see like a fucking all out like lined up war.
A war, yeah. I think it's going to happen with the new cast and the old cast for sure, and I think we're starting to see that. So yeah, super glad Nika is saved here. And then this was just for fun, but it was funny. I'm sure she's actually somebody in real life. I don't know.
Well, I have a theory. It's always the person you least suspect. So I'm going to have to go with Meg.
Yeah, wrestling.
Getting your rocks off.
I love her too.
Killed on the show when he pops off with his fucks. Yeah, I might as well get them all. I only get 10 an episode, and I didn't use any. And it seems like they were kind of aware that people would be upset that there wasn't a lot of Chucky in this episode.
Right, that's what I was gonna say too. That's why they went this route, because otherwise he wouldn't have been in this episode at all. But it's a good, clever way to still put him in.
You know I was only.
Yeah, I mean he was just not in doll form, but I mean people were complaining last week because they didn't get him, and now I think I would prefer more of a blended storytelling, to be honest though.
I like Glenn and Glenda's character a whole bunch because I just think that they look really cool. Their style's awesome. I love how they throw you off by obviously making the one that looks like a girl be Glenn and vice versa. What else was I gonna say? Call back to Seed. Glenda hit Glenn in the back of the head with the hanger award, which is what Tiffany used to knock Jennifer Tilly out in Seed. Remember when she had the bottle of champagne with all the pills in it? She said, we can do it the easy way. And she pulled out the hanger and she said, her award. And she was like, well, we can do it the hard way. And then she started screaming and run away. She threw it at the back of her head, fell on the kitchen floor and got knocked out. And then they were dragging her and she was like, God, I didn't realize she was this fat. But, yeah.
What about the shit-face line?
Shit-face was the thing that British guy called him at the beginning. The guy who was using him as a ventriloquist, or they as a ventriloquist. The puppet, the name was Shit-face, so he always called it Shit-face. So when Glenda and Glenn first met Tiffany and Chucky, they were like, what's your name? And they were like, Shit-face. Remember? And Tiffany was like, what kind of name is that? You know?
They need to rewatch. And as well, you were saying their appearances, I believe that they look like, one of them is actually dressed like Glenn, like with the purple shirt and the black long sleeves. So, yeah, interesting. And then they got the shoes from both Chucky and Jennifer. So, yeah, that's what we got. Let us know what you thought about it. And we will see you in the next one.